Look at them. These silent denizens of the deep, these creatures of liquid grace, moving through a world utterly alien to our own. To us, air is life. It is the invisible force that fills our lungs, fuels our bodies, and defines our very existence. Yet, beneath the shimmering surface, in a realm of perpetual blue, fish thrive. They move with an effortless fluidity, drawing life from the very water that would suffocate us in mere moments. It is a profound contradiction, a silent challenge to our most basic understanding of respiration. How can a creature extract the essence of life from a substance that, to us, represents the ultimate demise? This is the question that whispers in the quiet moments of the night, a paradox that challenges our fundamental understanding of life itself. Is it a biological anomaly? A secret defiance of universal respiratory laws? Or is it something far more intricate, more brilliant, and more fundamental than we could ever imagine? The answer, we find, is not a simple magic trick, but a masterpiece of biological engineering, a perfect symphony played by forces so subtle they remain largely unseen. The secret of the fish's impossible breath is not one single secret, but a complex, multi-layered solution that begins with the very structure of its being. To understand the fish's defiance, we must first descend into its world, a world where the laws of physics operate on a different scale, a world of incredible, unseen power. Let's confront the paradox directly. For most terrestrial life, including us, oxygen is extracted from the air, a medium rich in this vital gas, comprising about 21% oxygen. Water, on the other hand, contains significantly less oxygen, often less than 1% by volume, and its concentration can vary wildly depending on temperature, salinity, and depth. So, how do fish, these cold-blooded beings, not only survive but thrive in an environment where oxygen is so scarce and elusive? For centuries, this contradiction fueled myths and simple explanations. Perhaps fish don't need much oxygen, or maybe they simply hold their breath for incredibly long periods. While some marine mammals do hold their breath, fish are constantly respiring. Their very survival hinges on a continuous, efficient exchange of gases with their watery surroundings. There must be something else at play, a hidden mechanism, a biological advantage that allows them to extract maximum potential from what we perceive as an inhospitable medium. What if their secret lies not just in how they breathe, but in what they breathe through, and more profoundly, how their bodies process it? The true architects of the fish's underwater breath are not lungs, but a specialized organ known as gills. Located on either side of the fish's head, often covered by a protective flap called the operculum, gills are a marvel of biological engineering perfectly adapted for aquatic respiration. When we look at a gill, it's not a simple flat surface. Instead, it's composed of several bony or cartilaginous gill arches. Each gill arch supports numerous thin, fleshy filaments called gill filaments. Imagine a feather, but instead of individual barbs, each filament has thousands of tiny, leaf-like projections called lamellae. These lamellae are incredibly thin, often only 1 or 2 cells thick, and it is at this microscopic level that the real magic occurs. This highly folded, intricate structure dramatically increases the surface area available for gas exchange. To put it into perspective, if you were to unroll all the lamellae from an average fish, their total surface area could be larger than the entire surface of the fish's body. This vast surface is the first crucial step in extracting scarce oxygen from water. But even with this incredible anatomy, the question remains, what is the driving force that allows oxygen to move from the water into the fish's blood and carbon dioxide to move out? The answer, we discover, is not a simple passive exchange, but a fundamental law of physics, a law so ingenious it is almost invisible. To truly grasp the fish's secret, we must understand one of the most brilliant biological adaptations, countercurrent exchange. This mechanism is the key to the fish's incredible efficiency in extracting oxygen from water. Here's how it works. Water flow. When a fish breathes, it constantly pumps water over its gills, usually by opening its mouth and then closing its operculum, the gill cover, to create a pressure gradient. The water flows from the front of the gills to the back. Blood flow. Simultaneously, blood flows through tiny capillaries within the gill lamellae, but in the opposite direction to the water flow. Why is this countercurrent flow so revolutionary? If blood and water flowed in the same direction, concurrent flow, the oxygen levels would quickly equalize, and gas exchange would stop once about 50% of the oxygen was transferred. However, with countercurrent exchange, the blood, which is relatively low in oxygen, always encounters water with a higher oxygen concentration. As the blood gains oxygen, it constantly meets fresh water with even more oxygen, allowing the fish to maintain a steep concentration gradient for oxygen across the entire length of the gill. This seemingly simple trick allows fish to extract an astonishing 80 to 90% of the oxygen available in the water, a feat that would be impossible with concurrent flow. It is a silent, invisible ballet of fluid dynamics, a universal truth that we are only just beginning to fully appreciate and understand. The efficiency of the gills is complemented by a remarkably adapted circulatory system. Fish generally have a two-chambered heart that pumps deoxygenated blood to the gills, where it picks up oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. From the gills, the freshly oxygenated blood then travels directly to the rest of the body, to the muscles, organs, and tissues, without first returning to the heart. This is known as a single-circuit circulatory system. This system ensures that the oxygenated blood, enriched by the countercurrent exchange, reaches the body tissues quickly and efficiently. The entire process, from water entering the mouth to oxygen reaching the cells, is a finely tuned engine of life, operating seamlessly and constantly to sustain the fish in its oxygen-poor environment. The small size of red blood cells in some fish also aids in efficient oxygen uptake and delivery. Not all fish breathe in exactly the same way. Evolution has sculpted diverse adaptations to suit their specific habitats. Ram ventilation. Some fast-moving fish, like sharks and tuna, don't actively pump water over their gills. Instead, they practice ram ventilation, swimming with their mouths open to force water over their gills. If they stop swimming, they will suffocate. Accessory breathing organs. Other fish, particularly those living in oxygen-depleted waters like stagnant ponds or swamps, have evolved accessory breathing organs. Lungfish, for example, have modified swim bladders that function like primitive lungs, allowing them to breathe atmospheric air when water oxygen levels drop too low. Some catfishes can absorb oxygen through their skin. Gill surface area. Fish living in cold, oxygen-rich waters may have smaller gill surface areas, while those in warm, oxygen-poor environments will have larger, more extensive gill structures to maximize oxygen uptake. These diverse strategies highlight the incredible adaptability of life to the challenges of its environment, proving that there is no single right way to breathe underwater. So, the next time you gaze upon the serene world beneath the waves, understand that the fish's ability to breathe is not a simple biological act, but a profound testament to the universe's subtle rules. It teaches us that life finds a way, even in the most seemingly impossible conditions, by mastering the very physics of its existence. The fish is a living, breathing paradox that perfectly explains itself. It extracts precious oxygen from water through a vast, intricate gill system, leveraging the miracle of countercurrent exchange and supported by a highly efficient circulatory system. It reminds us that the answers to life's greatest mysteries are often hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to look closer, to question our assumptions, and to appreciate the intricate brilliance of the natural world. And who knows what other secrets the majestic creatures of our planet hold. waiting for us to uncover in the quiet moments of the night. The universe, as we've seen, holds secrets far grander than we often imagine. If this journey into the unseen has awakened your curiosity, and if you're ready to explore more of the profound mysteries that surround us, then subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Join our quest to uncover the hidden truths that reshape our understanding of the world. Because the most profound questions often linger in the quiet moments, waiting to be asked.